Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 155 of my little gaming show where once a week I just has to talk about video games, whether they're new video games that I'm playing today, old video games that I grew up with, it doesn't matter. Video games. And today we get to look at my favorite superhero that is currently on the market. There are many of them, but I've loved Spider-Man for a very long time. He was, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man came out, right? I was like 7 years old when those came out. Absolutely was blown away by the first movie. The second movie, a little bit of a tragic story behind it. My dad's friend and her boyfriend wanted to take me out to a movie for some random reason. Don't know why. I felt like a third wheel, and it was. But went to a theater in the middle of a heat wave, to a theater that had no air conditioning, fucking just dying, sweating, but it was an amazing movie. And then they promised me ice cream after. We go to McDonald's. You never go to McDonald's for ice cream because they never have any for some reason. They're always like, no, we don't have any ice cream. So I didn't get any ice cream, but sweaty Spider-Man 2 movie. Oh yeah, so I'm a Spider-Man mark, and I have been holding off playing Spider-Man 2 really for no reason. I don't know. I've owned it now for a little while, and I've just been waiting. I'm just building up that need to play a superhero game, and it finally happened, and I slaughtered this game. I think I platinumed this game in 4 days. That's all it took. 5 days maybe. That's all I did for 5 days. I didn't play. I don't even think I touched another video game in that 5-day period. Maybe a little bit of Advanced Wars. We'll talk about all that. But before we get into the Spider-Man 2 talk, let us discuss what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what y'all have been up to. What games are you playing right now? What's a hot game that just came out? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what games you're playing. What movies have you seen lately? And are you diving into any TV shows? Are you binging, bro? You binging? Let me know what you're binging. All right, I'll let you know what I've been up to. Let's start with Wrexham. So I finished Wrexham. Really good, as always, 7.5 out of 10. Highly recommended to go check that show out if you have not, because it's freaking delightful. Absolutely delightful. Very, where do they go from here? That's all I got to say. And then I checked out the WWE Unreal series on Netflix, and it was great. It was very, very good. I was... I'm a little nervous about this show, so if you don't know the premise of it, WWE Unreal is basically giving you, full access to the behind-the-scenes nature of the WWE machine. How does this freaking thing operate? How do they produce a show, these weekly shows every week, and they give you a really behind-the-scenes look. They show you the operation of the gorilla position. If you don't know what gorilla is, watch the show. It'll tell you all about it. They talk about storylines. They talk about, you got backstage interviews with wrestlers, really peeling the onion back in the show. And it's risky, right? Because, old school WWE, or just old school wrestling in general, very protective of the business, brother. We don't show the, how it's made. There was a very protected business. But, now we're in the age of everyone's got a camera. There's 1,000 angles on everything. All right, I think it's pretty well known that wrestling is not real. We know that. I know that. Don't worry. But it's entertainment. It's entertainment. It's hard to, I don't know. You can't really call it. It's a unique thing. It's a one of one. It's this extreme sport. I don't know what it is, but it's this dance that is beautiful. And yeah, man, I learned, I know of these things, but it's really nice to just have them explain it to you, not having it be a secret, or you got to hear it through the grapevine. They're just no, this is what it is. This is how we do things. Love it or hate it. This is the business, baby. And I really enjoyed it. I think it was 5 episodes, and they're going to be doing more, I do believe, but crushed them all. It basically goes through a whole year of, backstage situations all the way up to WrestleMania, and they're following, everybody. You got Cody Rhodes, they're following, who else were they following? They got stuff with Charlotte Flair, you got stuff with, there's a lot of backstage stuff, and I like that they were touching on, there was the Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair drama that was going on. They had this kind of promo, this interaction that went way off the rails, lots of off-script stuff, kind of low blow nature, some things, some hurt feelings, And they explore that. They talk about that, and they even show, like, the repercussions of that. They're like, hey, like, you can't be going off script. That's not how we do things here. So, like, yeah, you get a little bit of the disciplinary situation with WWE, and they, I mean, I'm just kind of talking about the whole show, but they talk about Jey Uso and showing them making that decision to strap the fucking rocket to that guy and watch his journey to fucking winning the championship at WrestleMania. He wins the Rumble, and, like, yes, you get to see that thought process, and it's wild how that operation works. It's very interesting. I highly recommend it. I think it's a great watch. Probably more on the side of wrestling fans. I don't know if you've never seen wrestling, you might be a little lost. It's kind of a lot, but yeah, it's a really cool watch. If you like things like how it's made, or, you know, you like backstage stuff you're not supposed to see generally during the live airing of the show, it's great. It really does do a really good job, and I'm very excited for some more. I'd hit it with an 8 out of 10, and that is on Netflix, of course, so check that one out. Watch this thing called Rom-Con Jason, who the fuck is Jason Porter, I think it's called. This was on Amazon Prime, and yeah, another cautionary tale, man. It's kind of like a scam thing, but this guy just was taking women for a ride, man, and basically wiped out all their money, and it's just that kind of story. Kind of hit home because it was in Canada, like it happened in Ontario, and I'm like, fuck, I don't remember hearing about, I don't watch or listen to the news or anything. I don't want to be horrifyingly depressed all the time, so I try to stay away from the news and stuff, but it was a very interesting watch, I guess, you know, just kind of seeing the dark side of people yet again, and what they will do to get what they want, and their manipulation of people is shocking at times, but it was a good watch. I hit it with a 7 out of 10. It's on Amazon Prime if you're interested in those kind of things. And then I also watched Amy Bradley is Missing, and just kind of fueled another fear of mine. I've never been to the ocean, but I am scared of it, and this makes me even more scared of the ocean, and things why I would want to not do anything revolving around the ocean. Cruise ships. So this is a cruise ship thing, and this girl goes missing on a cruise ship like 20 some odd years ago, and they're talking about it and trying to figure out, you know, see if they can try and piece together this mystery of where this girl went. Like, she just went missing on this cruise ship, and sadly, I'm good to sneeze, but I just held it in. That was intense. That is skill right there, my friends. That's how you do it. I just inhaled a sneeze. That was impressive, I must say myself. So, back on track. Holy shit. So, cruise ships, they're basically this lawless thing. They just, these massive fucking skyscrapers on the water, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no laws out there. So, there's a lot of theories of what happened to Amy. She could have gotten thrown off. She could have been put in a fucking suitcase and taken off the boat, and now she's in Peru. She could have fucking killed herself. She could have fucking, the fan man could have came down, picked her up, and brought her away. I don't know. But all I know is I don't really want to ever go on a cruise ship. That scares the hell out of me. I don't want to get on something that massive. Like, cruise ships are just so fucking big nowadays. They're like, yeah, it's 17 times the size of the Titanic. I'm like, do you know what happened to the Titanic? Not good things happened to the Titanic, and I don't want to be on something that big on the water in the middle of fucking nowhere with, I don't like that, man. I don't like that. So, no cruise ships for me, and this documentary thing really just solidified that. I don't want anybody throwing me off and getting away with it, because apparently you can do that on a cruise ship, but don't get any fucking ideas, so don't. All right. So I watched a movie, but I don't really have a good opinion on it, because I was kind of dozing off throughout it. Kind of want to rewatch it. Maybe my wife would be interested in watching it. But anyway, the movie is Black Bag. Heard a lot of great things about Black Bag. What drew me in is the fact that it's a 90-minute movie. Nice hour-and-a-half film. I'm like, what? Is that even possible anymore? Do they do that? And it's a spy drama romance thing? I'm like, what? If someone told me, like, oh, we got this movie Black Bag, it's this fucking thriller cop spy drama thing, how long do you think it is? I'd be like, 7 hours, I don't know, something like that. And no, hour and a half. And the premise is very cool. It tells you this like within the first 5 minutes of the movie, so don't worry, it's not really a spoiler, but you got this super awesome 007 agent type man, and there is a breach in their organization. There's a rat, and they got to find the rat. Well, he's got to find the rat, and there are 5 people that they're like, oh, it could be them, and one of those 5 people happens to be his own wife. So, yeah, so he's got to start investigating his own wife, things happen, and yeah, so I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. That's why I'm not going to score it because I can't fucking remember anything about it. I dozed off just a little bit there. Not really, again, that's my fault. I watch movies late at night, and when it's dark, and like, yeah, I got to get in that movie setting, and sometimes it makes me nice and sleepy, so I dozed off a little bit. Gonna try and give it a rewatch because it is only 90 minutes, and it was good. The acting was good. It was very intense. Very tense. I wouldn't say intense. Let's go tense. A lot of tense scenes in the movie, but yeah, I would recommend it. Like it's a good watch, but I don't really know what the hell happened, so I'm gonna have to rewatch it or read the summary of what the hell happened. But anyway, it was cool, and that's all I've been watching. Hold on, what else did I watch? I think that's it. I think that's enough. All right, let's talk about some video games. Kingdoms of Amalur. Come on, Don. So I took a little break. Took a little 4 or 5 day break there to play Spider-Man. Took a little break from Kingdoms of Amalur. I was like right at the... Basically, they're like, all right, this is the last stretch here. I'm like, all right, I'm very familiar with the game. I'll take a break, play some Spider-Man. I ended up not being able to put Spider-Man down until it was completed. But then I went back to Kingdoms of Amalur, finished it off, and I am done with Kingdoms of Amalur. Now, the game's not done with me. It doesn't want me to be done because there's literally probably about 80 side quests and extra tasks to finish off and stuff like that. Main quest is done. I really enjoyed this game. Quick review on it. Graphics are nice. It's a PS3 game upgraded to PS4. Graphics were nice. Excellent. Actually, I'll just call it a great fantasy action RPG. If you like Fable, mix in a little bit of Diablo in there. Oh yeah, man. That's kind of what I got out of my time with Kingdoms of Amalur. I wish I could have... It feels like a really good co-op game. Like, it would have been fun to run around with someone else in this one. I stuck with the mage the whole entire game through. It did get a little bit bland at points because I was just using the same spells over and over again. They were very powerful, which made me feel very powerful, which made me feel good. But story was good. I liked the quests. Like, I was just side questing, man. There's a lot of really fun side quests. It's a kind of a goofy game. It was delightful. It was a delightful game. I hit it with an 8 out of 10. Great game. Still great today if you're looking for a fantasy action RPG, kind of like Fable, mixing a little bit of Diablo. Check out Kingdoms of Amalur. That's a great game right there. And what else have I been playing? I started up Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I started that game up finally. It's been on my docket for a very long time, and really good so far. I'm only like 5 levels in or something, but oh yeah. And I can't say I can't even remember the last time I played a Kirby game, or owned a Kirby game. I feel like I played Canvas Curse way back on the day on DS. Outside of that, I don't know, man. I really have not played a lot of Kirby games in my life. Epic Yarn might be the last one I can really pinpoint that I've played through. Other than that, I'm not much of a Kirby guy. I like Kirby. Watched the show on Fox, the cartoon back in the day. I don't remember the catchphrase for that show, but it was awesome. I loved watching it. But this game is excellent. The music, holy shit. I'm blown away by the music so far. Just in like this first world, I'm like, wow, the music is like Mario Galaxy level. Like, it is up there. It is very, very, very good. And the gameplay itself, very fun. You're just, you're doing the Kirby thing. You're sucking up people. You're stealing their abilities. And now you're just like, Kirby's gone too far, man. He's trying to suck up cars. He's trying to suck up fucking fridges and what do you call those things? A fucking, the pop comes out of it. You put the money, a vending machine. He's turning into fucking vending machines, and like, whoa, man, like these new powers that he's picking up in this game are really fun. Really enjoying the game. Trying to convince my wife to play it with me. That's why I'm kind of taking my time with it. I'm like, oh, I'm only a couple of levels in. You want to jump in? Because you can just jump in co-op anytime. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's not a hard game. It's fun. The collectibles are fun. I find myself going back into levels if I miss something. I'm like, yeah, go back in there. Let's get that thing, girl. I don't know why I said that. I felt weird, but it's a really fun game. Looks great. I'm really just blown away by the music. I was not expecting the music to be hitting that hard. And so hopefully I can get back into some more Kirby this week, start playing that. But this fucking Advance Wars game, man, oh my goodness, it just won't end. It just keeps going and going, and these last few levels have been such a grind. Oh my goodness, man. Some of these levels are taking me like multiple hours to get through. They are just these big, epic battles and just a grind, and I do not like the way that they designed these few levels here, and they're not fun to play. They're just a grind. That's all I can call it. Is these levels have been a grind, bro. It's just been rough. It's been taking like upwards to 50 turns to get through. Like, I'm probably doing something wrong, but like, I can't really see another way, because these final battles are so big. You're choosing, like, you got 3 COs, and you're going up against something that's like a factory, and it's just producing units, and it's just, these battles are huge, and it just doesn't end. I feel like I was like, all right, this is the last battle, finish it, and it's like, nope, you got another one, finish that one. I'm like, that has to be it. Nope, there's still one more. I'm like, oh my goodness, I want it to be over. So I think I'm at the final mission. I fucking better be, because I'm good, and I never thought I would say that about these grid-based, turn-based fucking games, because I just generally can't get enough of them, but I'm done. I am done with Advance Wars. It's just, holy crap, it has taken me like 50, I'm getting closer to like the 60-hour point with Advance Wars 2. And I will say that I enjoyed Advance Wars 1 a little bit more, because the levels weren't as tedious to get through, but I am getting through this friggin' game, and then, I can move on to Kirby and things. But then I started up yet another game, and it's a big one. And, oh boy, it's Metaphor Refantasio. Oh shit, this is like a 100+ hour game. I'm nervous, but I'm off right now from work for about a week or so, a little over a week. So I'm like, this is probably going to be my best time to get some good hours into that game and see what we can do with it. And I'm about 8 or 9 hours into it, and so far, I'm a little underwhelmed. Okay, so the beginning of the game is very, very slow. I was fucking hanging on by a thread, just barely staying awake. Getting through, like, literally, like, just woke up, like, middle of the afternoon, and I am, like, dozing off. I'm like, fuck, this beginning is rough, bro. It's really, really boring, and now the game is finally starting to open up to me, but it just kind of makes me feel like I want to play a Persona game. Like, I want to be in school, and I want to be on that daily cycle, and Metaphor does that, but it's a little tweaked. I've been doing a lot of battling, and it's already, like, kind of like, I'm kind of just doing the same moves over again, so I don't know, like, I'm liking it, it's not like I'm having a bad time or anything, I'm enjoying my time with it, but I'm underwhelmed, just because of the response to this game when it came out. The reviews were fucking insane, and I know there's still a lot more to uncover with this game, and I feel like I'm kind of just starting to get the flower to bloom here with this game, and starting to open up and show me some of the mechanics that I'm going to be playing with for a very long time here. And it is similar to Persona. Like, you are, you're on like a day cycle. There's like, okay, you can do this thing during the day, and it'll take the amount of time, and you're upgrading, personal traits. You're upgrading your relationships with your friends, and you're doing that thing. So I like that. It's just a little battle heavy at the beginning, a little grindy, and a little slow. Definitely a little slow out of the gate. But hopefully we're getting there. I'm in the first dungeon. It's hard, too. It's a little hard. I'm getting killed a lot. I am just barely scraping by in some of these boss fights. Like, I'm using up, like, all my items. Very opposite to how it is in Persona. Like, Persona, I don't know. I just found it not to be very hard. I'm not saying that this game is hard. It's just I'm having a hard time with it, trying to play it like Persona. That might be my problem. Going into dungeons, and I'm like, I'm going to crush this whole dungeon in one go. And it's not quite going down like that, so I don't know. I'm trying to play it like Persona. That might be my problem, but we'll see. I'm enjoying it. I'm in, and I'm having a good time with Metaphor Refantasio, but it's going to be a long time, I imagine, until I'm done that game. I know these games. I looked it up on howtobeat.com. They're like, yeah, 65 to 85 hours. I'm like, bullshit. Every time I've looked up Atlas Persona style game, they're like, yeah, it takes about this time. Stack another like 30 to 45 hours on top of what they think it takes to... No, these games take forever, generally in the good way. Like, I remember not wanting Persona 5 to end, and I was at like the 155 hour mark, and I'm like, I still want this to never end, and I just want more and more and more, and then it finally ended, and I was sad. So, we'll see. Not the start I was expecting with Metaphor. I was kind of... I don't know, I was expecting more, honestly, and so far I have preferred my Persona games, but we'll see how it goes with Metaphor, and holy crap, these intros are getting long. I am doing too much throughout the week, and let's swing in to the Spider-Man 2 talk. Let us discuss Spider-Man 2. Oh, Insomniac, you son of a bitch. You done did it again. I love Insomniac games, man. Like, these games, they're all about having fun, man. That's like the number one thing I get out of Insomniac is that their games are fun as hell, and I love them. I love freaking Insomniac, man. I've done an episode on my favorite game developers. You can go back and track that one down. Insomniac definitely on that list, and most certainly are still on that list. I would redo that list again in probably like a year or so and see like what new developers have come in, which ones have fallen off, because that was an interesting episode because I kept some developers on there that have fallen off, but they're still hanging on for me because, what do you call it? Nostalgia is still hanging on there. So I would imagine if I did that today, some of those companies wouldn't be on that list anymore because they still haven't really put out anything new of note. But anyway, that's an episode for another day. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Spider-Man 2. And the question I would like to answer today on today's episode is Spider-Man 2 Insomniac's masterpiece? Because that has always been... Insomniac's bag is like, we're all about making, like, their review scores are always like 8.5, 8s, 8.9. You'll get 9s, of course you'll get 9s, but Insomniac's never had that 10 out of 10. They probably had games scored 10 out of 10, I understand, but they've never universally had that masterpiece 10 out of 10 video game. Their Mario Odyssey, their Uncharted 2, their Last of Us, so on and so forth. But I think their track record is maybe stronger than Naughty Dog's just because they've had more consistency, more games. I know they haven't hit those levels of Last of Us 2 and the Uncharted 2s and stuff like that, or Uncharted 4, I guess I should be saying. I would say that, Spider-Man 2 has surpassed the likes of an Uncharted 2 and is on the level of an Uncharted 4, and is it on the level of a Last of Us 2? That is the question I'm hoping I can answer in this episode. We'll go through the things and all that stuff. But let's start with the intro. You're playing as... This is really cool. So I avoided all trailers. I avoided everything about this game. I didn't want to know anything. I want to go in blind. And it's worth it, man. It's worth it doing that because I was just blown away with the fact that I get to play as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Like, oh, dude. So I loved 2016 Spider-Man. Loved it. Platinum. All that shit. Amazing video game. But, it wasn't perfect. Mary Jane sections were trash. There's repetitive nature to the crimes in the city and stuff like that. It was close. It is arguably Insomniac's best video game to that point. So now, we fast forward, we got Miles Morales, which I might have enjoyed more than Spider-Man 1. Miles Morales is a banger of a video game. Yes, it's a little bit shorter than your usual Spider-Man game, but do not miss out on Miles Morales. And I might say something controversial right now. I prefer Miles Morales over Peter Parker Spider-Man. I love Miles Morales. I think he has much more pizzazz. He's got more character to him, more interesting, and I just like him more. I like him. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Pete. I love Pete. Maybe not so much in this game, though. That's from design. He's not supposed to be likable, and I'll explain why. Let's just explain that now. So, the characters that you are, the villains that we are dealing with in this game, if you don't want to hear about the villains, just plug your ears for a moment. All right? You plugged up? All right. So, you're dealing with, well, you get Sandman at the beginning. And then, so you got Venom. Venom is the big one. You know, if you look at the box cover of the game, you got the black Spider-Man, the red Spider-Man. You're going to be thinking Venom, right? So, obviously, Venom is in this game, and Venom gets a hold of Pete. Eventually, at a point in the game. I won't spoil the game, but I will be talking story points, because I actually will have the ability to do that, because I'm pretty well-versed in Spider-Man, so this is good. So, Pete gets taken by the symbiote, Venom, and now he starts acting like an asshole. So that's why he kind of isn't as, normal, likable Pete. He starts out very likable at the beginning, but as the symbiote grows in him and starts to take more control over him, he starts to become more and more unlikable. And again, that is by design. That is in no way, shape, or form a negative towards the game. I'm just saying. I prefer Miles Morales. I think he is awesome. Fucking love that guy. Alright, so you are, in fact, playing as both characters in this game, and you can switch in between them. Like, alright, I'm playing as Peter right now. I'm swinging, I'm doing my thing. Boom, I want to play as Miles now. Boom, you can just switch over. Bam, you're playing as Miles now. And they have their own missions. There's missions that only Miles can do. There's side stuff that only Miles can do, vice versa with Pete, and there's things that both of them can do. It doesn't matter. It's like, all right, doesn't matter. Bring Pete, bring Miles. You may be playing as both of them during a mission. It's awesome. It feels like Grand Theft Auto 5 when you're interchanging from the three characters. Kind of like that. Seamless, interchangeable, delightful. And if you happen to, say I'm playing as Peter, and I run up to a Mysterio little thing, which is only done by Miles. They'll be like, here's a prompt, boom, press square, you're Miles Morales now, and you can go ahead and do the thing. It's not like, oh, I gotta travel all the way to my house and change, or I gotta go to Miles' house or something. Nope, you can just interchange whenever the heck you want, and I'm just gonna throw it out here right now. The fast travel blew me away. The fast travel in this game absolutely is insane. Again, now take it with a grain of salt. I grew up with, the PS1 era where load times were fucking egregious. You're waiting for like upwards to a whole minute, bro. Sometimes it's fucking crazy. And in Spider-Man 2, the size of this game taking place in New York, and like this is like maybe the most realistic New York I have ever seen in a video game. Absolutely insane. And the fact that I can fast travel at pretty much any point in the city after I unlock the fast travel in the city, I can go anywhere in the city, seamless, instantly, no load times at all. It's just there. I'm like, dude, I've arrived. Where do we go from here with video games, man? Like, they can only look so fucking good. They can only run so smooth. Like, whew, I'm having a hard. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling blessed as a gamer in this generation right now, man. No load times, like, absolutely amazing. So that is really cool. You are, in fact, playing in New York, like I said, and it is incredible. I've never been to New York, but I'm imagining that there's real streets, there's real monuments, there's real things to this city that are in the real New York, and it is fucking stunning, man. Absolutely stunning. I would sit there I would go climb up a big building, and you're just looking at it. You're looking at it, and you're like, man, I'm looking at fucking New York right now. This is New York. Like, there's Brooklyn, there's the bridge, there's Central Park. Like, it's all here. I don't know if it's to scale. I don't care. This is gotta be the best creation of New York in a video game that I have ever played. It is amazing. And how many games have done New York, bro? Like, hundreds, if not thousands of games have tried to recreate New York. And just earlier this year, I played Grand Theft Auto 3, which is simulating a New York. Got nothing on Spider-Man, dog. I know. There's a 25-year or so gap in between those games. But still, very interesting to see the difference at where we are at right now, man. Like, this is as realistic of a New York I have ever been at. As Spider-Man, you what do you call it? You swing down towards the streets. You hear the honking horns. You hear people hooting and hollering, yelling, screaming. It's a living world, man. This is gotta be gots to be the one of the best open world New Yorks out there. It is absolutely amazing. Sounds lively and full of life. It is excellent, absolutely excellent. Got to be one of the best parts of the game is the world of New York that they have given you to play in, this amazing playground, and it runs amazingly. Playing this on PS5, I believe Spider-Man 2 is on PS4 as well, but playing it on PS5, like I said, no load times, runs smooth as silk. Like it is, some of the shit that you're doing in this game, like I wouldn't be surprised if you had a little slowdown or something like that. Nothing, man. This game is absolutely crisp. Load times, unexistent. The only thing is, character models aren't the greatest looking. I think they're really, really nice. Don't get me wrong. They're really, really nice. There is better out there. They do still kind of look a little bit robotic in their movements sometimes, and their mouths are a little weird sometimes, and the hair is not quite right. You know, there's still some room for improvement there with the character models, but still great. And I guess I'll talk about the suits now, because oh my god, dude, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to these suits. So each Spider-Man has a bunch of suits that they can unlock throughout the game. As you get through, you're leveling up, you're unlocking these new suits, and I nerd out for these suits so hard, man. Off the top of my head, my favorite suits are all the Spider-Verse suits. Anything Spider-Verse related, that's like 10 out of 10. I love the animation for it. It's got its own unique animation where it's kind of like stop motion-y comic. It's weird. You have to watch the Spider-Verse movies. If you have not watched the Spider-Verse movies, they're some of the best animated films ever, period. Probably the best Spider-Man movies out there, period. And yeah, thank me later if you haven't watched them. They're incredible. They're on Netflix. Go watch them immediately. I want to rewatch them immediately. So the suits are amazing. I love the Spider-Verse suits. They have suits from the Marvel universe, like anything like Spider-Man appearing in Iron Man. They got all the Iron Man suits. They got comic suits. They got old school suits, new suits. So many suits. I think there's probably like 50 or so suits you can unlock. One of my favorites for Miles, it's the cat one. He has a backpack on, and there's a fucking cat in the backpack. It is so cute. I love it. It's got a little Spider-Man mask on it. That's one of the best suits out there. They got the noir suits. Anyway, you got to watch the movies. One that is missing is Spider-Pig. Where is Spider-Pig and all that? Like, come on, bro. Like, give me that. If they gave me that, this game... All time. So I love the suits in this game. You get to choose a whole bunch of different suits. Do they do anything different other than looking different? No, they just look different. They look really cool. It's awesome to change your suits. I was changing suits like every like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, let's put on this suit. They're all so awesome. There's like maybe one or two that I'm like, nyeh. They're like kind of the military looking ones where he's like wearing military pants, or like the stealth suit. Like, whatever. He's just come. Anyway, love the suits. I was marking out hard. I'm just nerding out, just orgasming. Just, oh my god, look how cool that suit is. It's so freaking cool. But in terms of graphics and performance and everything, the game is out of control. Looks amazing, plays amazingly. Just work on those character models a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's go to sound design. Voice acting, out of control, as always. I talked about Miles. He is just so freaking likable in this game, man. He's just such a likable kid. I really enjoy being around Miles, and I like so there's some so with Venom and the way that Peter is kind of turning into an asshole, he is starting to strain all of his relationships. You know, he's straining his relationship with MJ, Miles, any of his friends and all that stuff. And some of the emotional moments that you have in the game are outstanding. Sadly, they don't quite hit as hard as they could because they are happening like during a boss fight. Like you're in the middle of combat and this like emotional conversation is going down like between Pete and MJ. And I was like, yo, like I was getting like choked up a little bit because it was kind of hitting close to home. Like if you ever had a significant other, you know, a girlfriend or boyfriend, anything like that, and you're getting a little bit of a spat, and you guys have that, you know, the big fight. You have your big fight, and it was kind of like that, and just man, they hit some of the emotions. The voice acting in this game is outstanding. Performances from Pete, Miles, MJ, fucking everybody. Genki, like all the homies, man. I love the voice acting in this game. Very good all across the board. Nobody slacking there, that's for sure. And the music is great. Great fucking superhero-y soundtrack. Makes me feel like I'm a superhero when I'm beating the shit out of people. And really relaxing when I'm just flying around New York, swinging around and having a good time. Just, you can hear the wind like whooshing and all that stuff. The sound effects are excellent, like especially in combat, you know, the punches are all psh, 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 feels good. And the sound effects on some of the gadgets that you have are so cool. Very Iron Man sounding, that boing, like, I don't know, I can't recreate that sound, but you know the sound, that Iron Man-y sound, just the... Yeah, man, all the gadgets, all the things sound really good. Combat sounds nice and heavy. Yeah, man, it sounds good. City also sounds, like I talked about, sounds full and lively. People are conversating with each other. Excuse me. Horns are honking. People are fucking screaming and yelling when things are going crazy. And yeah, man, it is a very lively world. I really do enjoy it. People are doing their own things, selling hot dogs and newspapers and shit like that. Hell yeah. So that's the graphics, that's the sound design. Let's get to the bread, or the meat in between the bread, the gameplay. Oh yeah, this is the best part of the game, obviously. So obviously the swinging and the traversal of the game, pretty much untouched. Still feels great, love swinging around the city with Miles and Pete, but now they've added in a wingsuit. So now you can get around the city even more easily and even faster. Like, holy crap. So, and it's really fun. Windsuit is really fun to use. I used it a lot. Like, you know those moments when you're playing Spider-Man 2016 and you're like swinging around, maybe you're in Central Park and there's not something quite there to swing yet. Boom, that problem is fixed in Spider-Man 2. You just hit the triangle button, boom, you activate your wingsuit and you're floating around. And throughout New York, they have a bunch of like wind tunnels. Like, there's a good wind flow right here, and you just rip, bro. You can rip through like the whole entire island in like 10-15 seconds. And there's a really fun trophy. You use the wind tunnels to travel from one side of New York to the other side. Really cool. You can do that. It just makes the traversal even easier, even more fun. Like, I love swinging around, and this is a game that I didn't always use the fast travel when it was available to me. I'm like, yeah, I can. It's 1,000 meters away. I'm like, I'm a swing there. I'm a wingsuit there. It's really fun. I don't mind. But sometimes it's like, yeah, it's like 3,500 meters away. All right, I'll use the fast travel. But that's what I want out of my open world games. I want the traversal to be fun enough that I don't necessarily want to use the fast travel. If you can do that in your open world games, I know it's hard. Not everybody can have the web swinging effect and stuff like that. But games like Just Cause, like you got the fucking... I don't know what the hell that thing is called, but you're just zip-lining everywhere. It's freaking awesome. Games that you can just fly around in. Like, hell yeah, man. I love that shit. Anyways, I still think to this day Spider-Man has the best traversal in the open world games. They're incredibly fun. I can't think of any open world game that I'm like, yeah, I want to do the traveling. I like the traversal. Doesn't happen very often. I can't think of off the top of my head another game that does it outside of Spider-Man. So that is very, very, very commendable work from Insomniac right there. And also, I would say the combat is also mostly unchanged. Feels very similar to the other Spider-Man that I played, kind of like that Batman Arkham games, where you might be surrounded by a bunch of guys. The red exclamation points come by and you know when to dodge, and you're punching, and you can, of course, you got your... Oh man, some of the gadgets in this game are freaking awesome. So Spider-Man gets a bunch of gadgets that he's unlocking, and one, it's like you shoot out the gadget, shoots people with webs. My favorite one, by far, none of them are as good as this one, but one gadget, you shoot it out, and it just pulls in everything. Like, every human that's there, it just pulls them towards the gadget, and it could pull in barrels and, like, cars, and it just smashes everybody together. Love it. Absolutely love it. The other gadget, like, shoot them all up in the air, stuff like that. Gadgets are great. You combine them in with the combat, and the combat, like I said, mostly unchanged. Kind of a it ain't broke, don't fix it situation. I think the combat works very, very well, mixing in the Spider-Man abilities, plus punching and kicking and all that shit. So, mostly unchanged. I didn't notice anything. Like, yeah, you get some new gadgets. One of the negatives I would have with the game is the skill tree. So you have 3 skill trees. All right, you got Miles' skill tree, Peter's skill tree, and then a shared skill tree between Pete and Miles. Too much. So especially the shared skill tree, I'd say 75% of those I didn't even notice or would never use, or I'm just like, they're too tedious to pull out. Like, some of these moves, you got to do a bunch of stuff before you can even do that. I'm like, not doing that. So I was unlocking Miles and Peter's stuff first because it's actually useful. They're like, gives your special abilities more powers. And of course, Pete and Miles have special abilities. You can, along with the gadgets, just kind of special moves. They all have to, when you use it, they got to rebuff, or whatever the fuck the word I'm trying to think of is. Anyway, those are really fun as well, using the powers. Can't really think of one that's like particularly amazing. They're all good. They're all useful. I mean, you gotta use your special moves. You're gonna make it through this game. You're gonna get your ass kicked. So what was I talking about? The skill trees. Oh, yes. Too much, like I said. A lot of the skills you are unlocking, you're not even using most of the time. Or, like I said, they're just too tedious to even pull out. So, too much on the skill tree. Definitely daunting. I had a friend that said he played this game and he didn't even use the skill trees. He just went base mode. I'm like, that is fucking borderline crazy. I don't know how you did that, but all right, good for you. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the skill tree. Just too much going on. You're leveling up constantly too, man. Like, you're just, I was level fucking 60 something before I knew it. Like, you're just leveling up like crazy in this game constantly. Like, I would hold on to skill points. Like, I'd wait until I have like 3 or 4 and then put in a bunch and then actually like feel more powerful, getting a whole bunch of upgrades. Anyway, sometimes while you're fighting, friends will join you while in your fight. So Pete, you're fighting as Pete. Sometimes Miles will just jump in and join the fight with you. Sometimes this girl will I don't know, I forget who the hell she is, but she'll join you sometimes. And it's really funny. After the fight, you can attempt to go and fist bump with her, but she's way too cool for school for that shit, bro. She won't be fist bumping with anybody, especially Miles or Peter, because that ain't happening. So the stealth is back. Again, pretty much unchanged. I really, really like the stealth in Spider-Man. You'll show up to an area, there's like fucking 15 henchmen standing around. You got the best thing that they added to the stealth is, do I have it written down? The web line. So they added in this web line. So, you'll show up to this area and they got like a power line you can walk across. Well, now you can just create those lines pretty much anywhere you want. So just makes the stealth even more easy. And I found the stealth to be already really easy. Kind of like Batman, where you can just hide up on the ceiling, hide up in the shadows where they can't see you. They never seem to look up ever, which is funny because it's a spider. He's going to be up on the ceiling. Why don't you guys ever look up? Anyway, that's not my problem. So I really enjoy the stealth. The web line really adds in an extra element of, this guy's in a tricky spot over here. I can't really quite get to him. Then boom, you just spider line a line right over top of his head. Boom, you get him, you pull him up, you web him up, you're good to go. So I really enjoyed that. I don't think they really added in like any new enemy types, really. There's like some flying enemies now. You got your classic big hulking guys. You got guys with shields. You got your classic just useless henchmen that you just beat the crap out of. Very satisfying, man. Like I like a couple of the moves are good. Like you can web up a guy. Like if they have a gun, you can web him up, fucking steal his gun away from him, whack him over the head with the gun, and then throw the gun away. I like that move. There's also a move that you can string him up, and then you can kind of like swing him back and forth, like kind of slam him in the walls and stuff. Again, something I never played with because I was like, when am I going to find the time to do this? Like, I got to have one guy just standing around, no one attacking me. Like, I'm like, all right, this is just some weird fun shit that maybe some 10-year-old is going to get some laughs out of. I don't know. But stealth, combat, traversal, pretty much untouched, and it falls under the category, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, the combat's great, traversal is great, and I think the stealth is great. Even the MJ section. So somehow they've still managed to put in MJ sections in this game. They're better. They're still not great. I still don't look forward to doing them because it's like, yo, man, I'm playing a fucking superhero game. I want to be a superhero. I don't want to be MJ, fucking editor, journalist, fucking, she's got a taser and I'm tasing people. I don't want that. I don't want that shit. I want Spider-Man. I want webs. I want fucking kick-ass and like, yeah. That's what I want. I want this. And then they double down. They make it even worse. Thankfully, it's only one mission, but it's the worst mission in the game. And that's when you gotta be... Oh, what's her name? I have it written down probably somewhere. Hold on. Spray paint section. Oh, what's her name? Haley? Haley. So the worst mission in the game you gotta play is Haley. That's Miles' girlfriend, love interest, to be kind of thing, but she's deaf. So she does sign language, all good. Nothing wrong with that. That's not the problem. The problem is her mission is you gotta do this spray painting thing. And it's boring, it's lame, it's not fun. Basically, all you do is you're helping someone fix, I got tagged, my shop got tagged, and then Haley comes by, she's like, I'm this great artist, I'll make this awesome art for you. And all you're doing is like, trace this line, trace this exact same line. Hey, trace this line again, trace this line again. And you do that like 10, 15 times, and it's super boring and unfulfilling. So I hated it. So that's a negative. That mission sucked. I don't know why they feel the need to put in that kind of mission. Like, I don't really need to know Haley like that. Like, it was not good. I did not like that mission whatsoever. Not a good time. All right, so we talked about the wingsuit. There's a bunch of side stuff to do. So obviously you have your main missions to do, but there's a bunch of side stuff to do in each district. And each district has like a leveling up bar. You get like level 1, I forget what it does, but level 2, that's when you unlock the fast travel. So do a couple of side things in each district, you'll unlock fast travel, and you can fast travel anywhere you want in the city and in that awesome fashion. But they have a bunch of stuff. They have the photo ops, prowler stashes, which are, the prowler stashes aren't all that. Sandman memories, they're pretty much just beat 'em up sections. Mysteriums were a little bit challenging. They're kind of like a combat challenge situation. Like, the one that got me is they turn all the enemies invisible, and you just gotta, I forget what you have to do. You have to like knock them out, or there's like a specific challenge that they'll have to like, you have to use finishers on these guys, or you have to do this certain thing or that certain thing. Fairly challenging, and you got to do it in a certain time limit to get gold, silver, and bronze. Finish it in under 2 minutes, you'll get gold. Pretty good challenges. Those were all right. And then the best thing about all the side challenges, once you, like, they all end in a big kind of finale. So it's like, all right, I'm doing these photo ops, taking some pictures, not a big deal. Then all of a sudden you'll get like a message from Genki or some random person like, there's something more behind this. And then you uncover some big mystery, you do some big mission at the end of it. There's always a nice payoff. It's not just like, I just took all these photos and that's it. No, it's like I took all these photos and uncovered this mystery, bro. Like, So I really enjoy all that side stuff from Spider-Man. I did all of it. I got the platinum on this game, absolutely. And that they do use the DualSense 5 a little bit. So in the Prowler mission, you got to... What the fuck do you have to do? So the Prowler mission, you'll have to like hold your triggers in a certain spot to open up doors and stuff, so you got that like tension, that resistance against you. It doesn't use it very much during like swinging. Like I don't really recall it using it that much during swinging. There's like these crystals that you got to snap in half. You'll feel it in the triggers. You'll be like, yeah, break it. It feels pretty good. They tried. There is some usage of the DualSense 5, not a lot, but at least they tried. So that's good. But so they did fail on trying some different things with the missions, but there were actually some things, not like the Haley thing, that were actually really cool. So there's one part where you're playing as Miles, and he has this like DJ fantasy, and he's like, I'm gonna be a DJ, and then it turns into like a little bit of a rhythm section gameplay. So that was kind of fun. That was different. I enjoyed that. Playing the carnival games, you go to a carnival with Harry and MJ, and you can literally go around and play all the carnival games. You can throw the ball at the thing, and of course, you're using your superpowers a little bit, so that's really cool. I think I'll touch on the characters a little bit here. So you have your classic returning characters, MJ and Harry. Harry in this game, that's Pete's best friend. He initially gets taken over by the symbiote, and he likes it a lot at first because it heals up his leg, and like everything is good, and it all seems good because before it doesn't really turn Harry into an asshole just yet before it jumps onto Pete. Excuse me. And then Pete's like, oh shit, it makes me a better Spider-Man. I'm just going to keep this suit. I also really enjoyed the relationship between Pete and Harry and Miles. I like Harry in this game. Harry was really good. Just wanted to throw that in. But I think my favorite moment of the game, and I think the best moment of the game, is the opening section of the game against Sandman. That blew me away, bro. Like, that opening sequence when you're Miles and Pete going up against Sandman it might be the best freaking part of the game. Like, they may pop that cherry right away at the beginning of this game. I don't know if they hit that height again, because it was epic. It looked amazing, man. The sand effects fucking all over the place. Like, oh, that opening was sensational. I absolutely adored the opening of this game. Might be the best part. The finale, hold on, there's some other, so you also, there's other villains. You know, the Lizard is in this one as well. There's a chase scene with him that is freaking awesome. You get a grand finale with, like I talked about, with the side missions, they'll end in like a grand finale. There was a grand finale with the Mysterio one. That was a sick fight. You're in this ginormous snow globe, and inside, so everything's like, you know, a toy inside, and above you is a ginormous Mysterio watching you from above. Very, very cool. And then the final boss fight, I felt like was good. Talked about the emotion, so like they're having this like kind of big talking sequence throughout the fight, and it's really emotional, man. Like, it really kind of tugs at the heartstring. You get a little choked up. You're like, oh, I just want everything to be okay, and then yeah. So I think they ended the game very well. It allows you, you know, if you didn't finish up all your stuff, it'll allow you to go finish up some stuff. There's even some post-game stuff to finish up after you're finished up with the game. And yeah, that's pretty much the game, man. Not a lot different from Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man Morales. Like, you get the wingsuit, you get some new abilities, the fact that you can play as Spider-Man and Miles Morales in the same game. That's kind of your big new features in this. I don't really know where you can go from here. Like, what more can you add other than to try and fine-tune some of the things that I don't like about the game? Like the Haley mission. I think hopefully they'll learn their lesson and just keep that as a cutscene, or just make that a moment. That doesn't need to be an interactable situation, because it just sucked. It just really sucked the life out of that moment. Really hurt the pacing of the game, because it just stops it to a standstill for this moment, and I'm just like, why? Why do we need to have this here? It just didn't fit in for me. The MJ sections were improved, but they're still not great. They're trying, but I just stopped trying to make it happen, I guess. And then the only other thing I can really pull as a con for this game is it's still like the crimes that happen. So you'll just be hanging out, doing your thing, and a red explanation point will come up, and it's just a crime happening. You can go and stop the crime. You don't have to, but it tends to be the same, like, 5 things. They're like, oh, this truck, you gotta go stop this truck, or this tanker's on fire, go stop the tanker, or this building's on fire, go put out the fire. It's like the same 5 things over and over again. Thankfully, this time, you don't have to do any of those to go towards your 100% completion of the game, unlike the other ones. The other ones, you had to like clear out all the crime, which was super tedious. You don't have to do that in this game, so that's a bonus, but they still have the repetitive crimes. So I did like 7 or 8 of them, realizing like, all right, there's only like 5 different kinds. I've experienced them all. I'm good to go. We'll move on from that. Other than that, man, like, that's really all I can pull negative-wise towards this game. The pros, obviously, the gameplay is freaking awesome. I love the combat. I think the stealth gameplay is really, really good. Even the MJ stuff isn't bad. It's just not. I don't want to be her in my superhero game. I don't want to be non-superhero people. It feels bad. It makes me feel very weak and useless when I have all these powers and gadgets and everything, and then you put me in a section where I have a fucking taser, and it's just like, bleh. I don't like that. So yeah, you know what? The MJ sections still suck. I don't like them. But the gameplay, excellent. Traversal, excellent. Graphics, performance of this game is beautiful. The story and the pacing, aside from the Haley mission, relentless. I couldn't stop playing this game. It's just like, I just want to go to the next big mission point. I want to get to the next part of my side mission stuff. Like, oh, it's just relentless. There's always something to do. There's always stuff. Yeah, man, there's just always something to do in this game. Excuse me. Sound design and voice acting are top tier. Love the sound effects of this game. The gadgets sound awesome. Combat sounds heavy and chunky, all those words that people like to use when they're explaining combat. Voice acting, outstanding. Love the voice acting. Everybody knocked it out of the park. And the trophy list. Oh, I love you, Insomniac, and their trophy list. I can actually platinum your games and not lose years of my life doing it. Very satisfying platinum to get. Not the hardest thing in the world. Respectful of your time. And you can get it done in one playthrough. Don't have to go through a New Game Plus to get all the things. Looking at you, Miles Morales. Looking at you. But other than that, let us now answer the question, is this Insomniac's masterpiece, their magnus opum, if you will, if that's even a word? My answer is not quite. Not quite. This game is a 9 out of 10. It's amazing. It is awesome. It is definitely a system selling type of video game. It is worth your time. It is all these things, but it's still not on the level of like a Last of Us. It's still not quite on that level of, I would say, Uncharted 4, even though I need to replay that game and make sure that it's still that quality. But regardless, this is an amazing video game that has a great story, great characters, great gameplay. I don't know what element they're missing here. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think they needed some more big-scale moments. Now, they had them. They absolutely had them. But I think maybe they blew their load on that Sandman thing at the beginning, because that was peak. And they peaked at the beginning of the game. That's not necessarily what you want to do. I just don't think another moment in this game hit that peak like that. It was amazing. Like, play the opening of Spider-Man 2 and tell me that was not one of the best openings to a video game you've ever played. Like, it's outstanding. It's freaking awesome. I think maybe in the long run that hurts the game, because I don't recall, like, us hitting a crazy awesome moment like that again. There was some great emotional moments, there was some great fights, there was some great stuff, but I don't know, man, that Sandman fight was fucking awesome. So I'm hitting Spider-Man 2 with a 9 out of 10, calling it a must-play for PS5, PS4 owners if you haven't gotten it yet. Well, you might want to wait, because they're probably going to drop it on the PS Plus here at some point, because now I'm done with it, and I paid my money. Now they're going to release it for free and slap me across the face, because that's generally how that always goes. But I love Spider-Man. They're easily one of my favorite franchises going right now. If a Spider-Man game is announced or coming out, I'm excited, because I know it's going to be very, very fun, and I'm going to have a great time with it. I always have a great time with Spider-Man games. Probably going to get me a nice platinum at the end of it and feel really good about myself. At some point, I'll go back to Miles Morales and finish that and get that platinum. But I got to go through the game again, and I don't like doing that. But it is what it do. So there we go, everybody. Let me know what you thought of Spider-Man 2 if you have played it. I think I can safely call it Insomniac's best game that they have made. But it's still not a masterpiece. But let me know if you think I'm wrong. Do you think Spider-Man 2 is a masterpiece? Let me know why. Or why not. I think it's very, very close. I think it's their best game. I love Insomniac games. Like, I know I'm going to get a fucking great game out of them. It just may not last with me forever. It may not last like The Last of Us, how people still talk about that game and the impact of that game over 10 years later. It's been remade 4 fucking times. Like, holy crap. But Spider-Man is such a banger and so awesome that it is on the PlayStation library. I would love to see it hit Xbox. I would love to see everybody play this game, because this is a game that should be played by everybody. It's a game-ass game, man. It's a very fun video game, and I think it's probably safe to say it's the best superhero game out there. I do want to replay Arkham City. It's been a long time, but Arkham City is up there as well. I'll get to it at some point, but right now, 9 out of 10 for Spider-Man 2, and that's all I got for y'all. So thank you so much for listening. You the best. You want to be even more of the best, make sure you're reviewing and sharing the podcast around with a few friends, maybe an enemy. Why not? They need stuff to do as well. And I upload all these episodes to the YouTube channel, GamerGX Videos. Go over there, subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop a comment on one of the episodes. You want a question answered live on the pod, anything about wrestling, video games, or hockey. Those are the things I'm into, so I can talk about those for days. And, yeah, you can let me know what you've been playing, watching, all that stuff. You can put comments on Spotify now, so if you didn't know, you can comment on Spotify. And in terms of what else we got going on with the podcast right now, I'm hoping I can get a list off next time. I'm thinking like most wanted sequels. I got a backlog list I can do. I want to do a list. It's going to be a list. I've been doing too many focused on one game things lately, so we're going to do a list next time. I'll pick a list and we'll do that next week, so that'll be a lot of fun. I'm leaning towards the sequels because that's a finished, complete, ready-to-go list. I know it's ready, and it's a good one. That's a good conversation to have right there, and yeah, because there's no way I'm going to have Meta 4 done anytime, like, I don't even think I'm going to have that game done by the end of August. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know what I've gotten myself into right here, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before I'm done that game, and nothing else that, I mean, maybe Kirby could get an episode. I only just started it, so we'll see. But regardless, there's always going to be something here for y'all, so thank you so much. Little late this week on this episode because it's the long weekend, but regardless, got it out, and there we go. So thank you again so much for listening. You the best, and we'll be back again with some more GXGamerCast.